Hello, Kenny.
Hi, Andrew. How's it going?
Good man. Kenny's okay if we continue with Kenny?
Yeah, Ken's fine. Yeah, Kenny. Yeah, Kenny is my name, as it turns out. So Kenny, Ken, whatever. But Kenny is what I usually go by.
So, mate, firstly, congratulations, New Zealand. Our second cousin from Australia's brothers, PQ champion of Hamilton.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one.
So, I've just got it up here on our Noxum's fantastic website, SWU Competitive Hub. I'm sure you're on this as much as I am. Mate, it looks definitely looks like it was a fun day. But for the people that don't know you and who Kenny is, can you maybe share a little bit about maybe your SWU journey? Any accolades in card games or anything prior?
Yeah, sure. So I'll try and give a quick summary. I've played card games for quite a while. So I've played card games for, like 22 years or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, I've played pretty much everything under the sun. I was doing a tier list earlier this year around card games, and I think I had like 45 games on the tier list.
Wow.
And I was missing some. Like, I couldn't find images of some of the ones that I'd played. So
is SWU the main game now?
SWU is the main game now. Yeah, 100%. That's definitely the main. And when I was doing the tier list, SWU was number one. Like, it was, I said, it is, in all of the time that I've played games, SWU is the best.
Mate, definitely send me this tier list so I can link it. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'll have to dig it up again. But yeah, so anyway, played card games for a long time. I've been national champion for a few, like 2007, I think it was. I was World of Warcraft trading card game national champion. And then I've been national champion for a few of the. Do you know the living card games? The ones from Fantasy Flight, about 10-ish years ago.
No, I was out of card games for a long time.
Yeah, right. So like Netrunner, not Netrunner specifically, but Netrunner is probably the best known one from that era.
Yep.
But I played a bunch of those and was national champion for a few of them. And I was also out of card games for a few years. So after, it was probably around 2017 or so, I kind of stopped playing card games. And I hadn't been playing trading card games at all for many years at that point.
Yeah.
Dropped out of Magic many years before and all of that.
Yeah, not surprising.
Yeah. Flesh and Blood, I played for a little bit and then dropped back out again. But then it was only in, SWU came out 2024, right? Last year?
Yep, March, yep.
Yeah, March. So one of my friends in Sydney had actually mentioned it, and he said he played like a demo of it and he thought it was really good. And I said, it's not super for me. Like when I was looking at the original set card art, I was like, yeah, it's nice, but I'm not super grabbed in by it. And it looks very similar to a lot of games that I've played. Like it's what I would call like a creature summoner. You know, you spend resources, you play creatures, you attack, all that kind of stuff. Very familiar. To be honest, what got me into it was it was really close to release date, and I just happened to look up the set, and I saw that one had Mace Windu and Count Dooku.
Oh yeah.
So I thought for some reason that it was only going to be based on the original trilogy, because that was what they had focused on so much in the advertising.
Yeah.
But when I saw that it was going to be more, I was like, oh, okay, well, that's kind of cool. And then I gave it a crack with, like, I did one of the sealeds, and I thought, wow, this game's actually really good. And I've been a Star Wars fan for a long time. So I dove back in, haven't looked back, played SWU pretty much religiously for the past, whatever it was, like 16 months, 18 months.
Where did you travel to Hamilton? Because I've been told it's a bit regional. So, for the PQ? Or is that your local? I've just lost Kenny for a bit. We got you back.
Sorry, I think you cut out for a moment.
We're back. So yeah, the question was, are you local to Hamilton or did you travel to go there?
I'm local, so I live in Hamilton.
Okay, wow, okay. So it was a local event for you in essence.
Yeah. It's literally at my local store.
That's awesome, man. So defended the turf. That's the main thing.
Yeah. I travelled up. So Auckland is about an hour and a half away.
Yep.
I travelled up for the PQ in Auckland back in, I think it was June.
Yep.
Or something like that. It wasn't that long ago. June or whenever it was. And I came ninth in that one. So it was close, but no cigar. And then I was pretty happy to manage to defend the turf locally here.
Was it?
And the final.
Well, what deck did you play? What deck did you play last time when you came ninth?
Asajj DV. I decided to play it at 8:30 in the morning. I was actually pretty set on. Like I jumped around between a few decks before the last PQ.
Oh, we all do that, don't we?
Yeah, one of them was actually Wedge, as it turned out, but I ran into problems with Vader 4, which was starting to become really popular.
Yep.
But I dropped off that, and then I went back to playing like Rose DV, which I played Rose ECL at the start of the set, and that was what I was on. So like the night before, I was set on playing Rose. I had a bad night's sleep. I woke up at like 4 a.m. in the morning. I jumped on Petronaki and did some play tests with Rose, and I think I won like 2 out of the 3 games that I played, but it was just really uninspiring. Like, my deck kind of just felt like it was playing too fair in a way, where it's just like none of my plays felt like big power plays. It was just, it's good value. Like, you play a vehicle, you hit with it, you heal it. That's nice. But it's no, like, Kira flip into OB, or it's no, Vader curve out into a Sanctioner shuttle or something like that. There's nothing like that felt extremely unfair. And so I decided instead, at the last minute, to play Asajj DV, which was quite similar to Kira DV, but with a few important differences. Most importantly, I felt like my matchup into Vader was very good, and I played Vader in round 1 and was super justified.
Mate, I'm not going to waste your energy and your brain space, because I think people that's going to watch this video is going to be talking all about Mr. Wedge, Yeah, they don't want to hear about Asajj. No, we can talk about Asajj next time, but I think we got a lot of keen advocates for that. So, mate, you sent me a list of your rundown. I've just got the SWU-DB here, the top 8. I mean, I can definitely see, I would consider Poe a aggro deck. If it seemed like a quite balanced meta. There's control. There's other off meta things. Some staples from last set as well. So yeah, it definitely looks like it was you earned your victory there. So, mate, regarding the PQ, for the people, correct me if I'm wrong. This is your first PQ win.
First PQ win, yeah.
Yeah, national champion, all the other stuff, but first SWU PQ win.
First PQ win, yeah.
Mate, for the people that are envious like me and never done it, please tell me, what does it feel like?
It feels great. Like, obviously, as I mentioned, like I've played quite a lot of competitive games, and so with being a national champion stuff in quite large events feels amazing. So you'd think, this PQ was 22 people. It's smaller than national events that I've won at other times, but it doesn't stop the feeling being awesome.
Yeah.
Especially for a game that you care so much about.
Mate, you summarised it so well. Yeah.
Yeah. So it feels really good.
So I've got your breakdown. Thanks so much for sending it, because they didn't report the deck list. So, you played 5 rounds of Swiss, did the old champion ID, of course, in the last round, as everyone does these days. It's in fashion.
I to be honest, I really hate IDs, but, it's just part of the system.
Makes sense. Mate, tell us, with the Hamilton PQ, what was the highlight for you of the day that you could remember, or a funny moment?
So I think probably one of the biggest highlights, honestly, was the quarterfinals.
Against Sabine ECL, yeah.
Sabine ECL, yeah. So Sabine ECL was played by my mate Sam. Sam is relatively new to card games, so whereas I've been around for 22 years, Sam played Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid, and then nothing, for many, many, many years, and then Star Wars was kind of his first dabble back in. So no Magic, no anything like that.
Yeah.
Just Yu-Gi-Oh! And then Star Wars. So obviously, when he started, there were lots of things because Star Wars is such a skill-intensive game.
Yep.
There's lots of things that he was, missing or making mistakes on. So to see him, in this PQ make top 8 was awesome. And not only that, but I think I sent you the results. So it was 3 games.
Yeah, 2-1. Yeah,
2-1. Game 1 was very quick. Like we both went aggro at each other, but I was like very slightly faster.
Oh wow! You aggro Sabine, nice. Yep.
Yeah. We're both aggro decks. I just happened to. I think I just went really big in space with like a Falcon, and so I just had more compressed damage.
Yep.
Game 2, I just didn't. To be honest, I just mulliganed into a pretty rubbish hand.
Yeah.
And I just missed an early play, and it balled out of control.
Yeah.
But game 3, the final turn of the game.
Yeah.
Was literally 25-24, and I had exactly lethal.
Oh wow!
So we're both on 25 health bases, right? So he had claimed, he had done everything he could, spent every single resource he could, and got me to 24. And on top of that, he'd also taken out one of my units, used Poe to do XYZ, like kill an upgrade or something like that. And it was only because of a covert strength that I had in resource row. That was literally, it didn't heal anything. It just gave 1 XP, and that was it. And it was just all I needed to be able to clench the final bit of damage.
Now, just a curious question. We've got meta slaves like me that only plays meta decks. You'd consider yourself a bit of a rogue guy, from what I could tell.
Very much so. I much prefer, I hate playing... as you said, I hate being a meta slave in that way, right?
Yeah.
So I actually started off the season playing Kylo 5.
Yeah.
And then before it became really big at Worlds, I played Kylo 5 Red Force, so not Tarkintown, but similar.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really good, but once it became very popular, I was like, oh, I can't play this anymore. So
we have a lot of those people down under that have the same constraint, I'll put it. The instant somebody else finds out about it and it's on YouTube channels, nobody wants to play it anymore.
Yeah. It seems to be a fairly common mentality. And it was present in Hamilton as well. Like, Hamilton had 22 players.
Yeah.
And 20 different leaders.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. We are those sort of animals down in the southern hemisphere. So now tell me, out of your 5 rounds in Swiss, three games in top 8, which was the best matchup and the worst matchup?
So I think that probably the best matchup was, just looking through quickly, I think Rose Green had a really rough game against me.
Okay.
Basically.
Yep.
I won basically again because Rose is doing mostly what I'm doing, but slightly more honestly.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing there was just that I had security complex.
Yeah.
So both games, we went turn 1 ship, and all I did was shield my one, and all that meant was when they went turn 2 Chewbacca and I went turn 2 Chewbacca, I could kill them and they couldn't kill me, and that was pretty much it. That was a bit of a nightmare for them because otherwise our decks were relatively similar.
Well, I hear set 1 bases seem to be the going place these days. So
yeah, they're good bases. They're very, very good.
And what was your worst? I would imagine based on failure rate, it was Mr. Vader Yellow.
Vader 4. Yeah, Vader Yellow. So I would say that Vader Yellow far and away worst matchup. I know that the Vader player actually said it was a very interesting matchup for him and very different and kind of not so positive for him compared to other matchups.
Yeah.
But just as an example, I lost 0-2.
Yeah.
And in game 2,
yep.
Vader mulliganed
yeah.
mulliganed and played no ships on turn 1. And on turn 2, all they had was a waylay for my turn 2 play. And they still smashed me. So the thing is that it just becomes this really tough game of trying to keep Vader under control so they don't slam like a Victor leader or a clone command squadron and you can't deal with it. You have to, squash as many insects as possible. But the problem with that is that you spend so much time doing that you're not aggroing them. And then if they can just, in the late game, slam like Vader with an OB or something, it just clears out your whole board.
Is this is this Ryan that ended up in top 8?
Well, it's the Vader player who ended up in top 8. I think it was Ryan. Was his name?
Yeah.
He was undefeated.
So you dodged a bullet then in top 8.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I got really lucky. So, funnily enough, my other mate who was on the Palp 3 blue list took him out in top 8, and he only squeezed in on tiebreakers.
Wow.
Ryan was top seed.
Yeah.
And then Scotty, who was the Palp blue player, squeezed in on resistance, and then just was able to take him out basically. So real props to Scotty for taking him out, because I think that was my worst matchup. I was going to say that apart from the Rose Green matchup, which I said was just a little bit one-sided because I think Security Complex was really the big difference.
Yeah.
I actually think the best matchups for my deck on the day were actually Yoda Red Force.
Oh yeah, you first twice, yeah.
Yeah, I first twice, 2 different opponents.
Yeah.
And to be honest, my opinion was the only reason I dropped a game in the final was because I had a dud mulligan in game 2. So game 1, I ended the game on turn 4, and it wasn't even remotely close.
Yeah.
And game 3, I again ended the game. So I think I ended the game on turn 6, but it was action 1 of turn 6. So the game was kind of already over on turn 5.
Yeah.
And his action 1 was flip Yoda, kill a unit, but it didn't matter. It wasn't enough to make him survive. The only reason I lost game 2 is because I mulliganed into a 0 plays on turn 1 hand.
Yeah.
And that was it. So that was the only reason I lost game 2.
Mate, just on perfect side note to jump into your deck list, because mate, most people looking at this deck list would be in pain because there's so many 1 and 2 of everything.
Yeah.
I think I was looking.
It's my classic.
Yeah, I think you're obviously a high skill player, and what I notice with high skill players is quite often you guys are really good with toolboxy deck, whereas other we lesser people not at the top tables want a bit more consistency to hit those lines that we know just wins games for us. So, mate, well done. Now I've just got your list in front of me. It is a pile. There's a lot of beautiful green cards, beautiful blue cards. There's some cards people. It's going to shame myself when we go through our walkthrough is you'll see a lot of misclicks because I was actually trying to read the cards, but I ended up resourcing or playing the cards. But I actually had to ask my son. I was like, what does Wedge do again by game 2? So, because most leaders are different things. So it's definitely very off meta, but yeah, hopefully you'll coach me a bit in that sec. But back on your list, I'm going to go, let's just go quickly. What are the cards you think people on the internet really want to know about? And we'll start from there.
I think a lot of them, like when you look at the pilots, they make sense. Like, okay, I don't have to explain Chewbacca. Chewbacca is an obnoxious card.
Yeah.
He sometimes will come out on turn 2 and win you the game when you just pilot a ship with him.
I noticed you had 3 of those, so I assume it was part of your main strategy. Yep.
Yeah. Chewbacca was a 3-of. Really, really critical card. And again, most of the 3-ofs in the deck were just things that were extremely essential. To be honest, the reason why there are a lot of 2-ups, especially with the pilots, is you're just trying to get a nice spread of useful things. Like, some pilots are better in some situations than others, but all of them are decent.
Yeah.
The thing is, you don't ever really want to draw 2 of the same pilot, except Chewbacca. Chewbacca is the one exception. If I draw 2 of them in a game, I don't mind. But every other pilot, you basically only want to see 1 because they're all unique.
Yeah.
So sometimes, even with just 2 of a pilot, like, the joke I had the previous night was I was playing 3 Near None because he's secretly one of the best pilots in the deck.
That's what my son said. He's like, isn't Near Nub like the best for Wedge because he just gets super buffed? So
yeah. So the thing is, Near None is basically like most games he'll be 0 resources for like +3, +2.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
Like he's really good, and so a really really critical thing with the deck. And I don't know if I've explained it elsewhere, but the deck is built around getting a ship to stick. That's plain and simple. Like, the current meta is very, very aggressive on turn 1. I know that Wu made a video about it recently where he was talking about how broken and swingy turn 1 was.
100%.
And I agree. So
Yeah.
this deck is made to survive that super aggressive turn 1.
Yeah.
Right? So the way you do that is, so say you're playing against a Cad Bane, right? So Cad Bane's going to do some trolly stuff where he's just going to have initiative and then pass or something.
Yeah.
And just wait for you to play a unit, then play an underworld, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So against Cad, you got so many options. You can slam a ship, then they Cad you, and then you can use Wedge to play Trace or Near None, and then you're out of Tarkintown range. Right? Because your ship generally, if it's an Alliance X-Wing or the Restored Arc, you'll go up to 5 HP. You've taken 1 damage. Tarkintown will take you to 1, but you're alive. Right?
Yep.
The other option, when you don't have a Trace or you don't have a Near None or any situation like that, you just Security Complex. So you wait for the ping to happen, like from CAD or whatever, and then you just Security Complex, and then hopefully you've got a pilot on turn 2 that you can slam. So they have to ping it again, which will get rid of your shield. Like, all you do then is you just slam anyone. Like, any of the pilots in the deck will take a 2-3 ship out of range. And then you're good. And then hopefully your opponent's base is only 25 health, which is like 3 or 4 swings, to be honest.
I assumed it was an aggro deck when I picked it up. So
it is. Despite the fact it's green-blue, and you don't expect it, it is 100% an aggro deck. You are killing people on turn 4.
Blue has now definitely become an aggro leader. So, mate, that all that makes sense. It's a very noob thing, but you'll see in the video. Don't security tower and put a shield if you're going to pilot with Paige Tika. It kills the.
That is a safety tip. It turns security complex becomes plus 1 HP.
You'll notice in the video.
Look, sometimes, like, when I say even I do it, it's not that it's a mistake. Like, I understand it's going to happen, right? But you put the shield there so that your ship is going to stick.
Yeah.
And then you go, right, Paige, which, by the way, so a few things. I'm a really, really big fan of Paige. I think she's a really cool character in the movie.
Yeah.
So, that was cool. She's probably one of my favorite pilots, period. Yeah. She's just awesome. So I try and jam her in as many decks as possible. When I was playing Rose, obviously it was fun. Also, Vietnamese heritage represent. That's a cool thing.
Is the actor Vietnamese, is she?
Yeah. So
Rose
and Paige are both played by Vietnamese actresses.
Oh, fun fact of the day. Wow, awesome.
Yeah, there you go. So, but Paige is actually secretly, as I said, the best aggro pilot in the deck. Because the first time you swing, she's effectively +3/+2.
Yep.
And then every other time, she just grows.
Yeah.
Right? So if she survives for a turn, it's +4/+2. If she survives again, it's +5. At that point, you've probably won the game if you swung with her 3 times.
Yeah, it's we're gonna see a bit shortly in our videos. Is there any other cards that's not blaringly obvious that you think people would want to know about?
Yeah, so I think probably the last one, to be honest, is Trace Martinez. So Trace, look, on a simple level, Trace is once again another pilot who pilots for 1. So with Wedge, you pilot for 0.
Yep.
And she is once again +2 health. So on the most basic level, she is a turn 1 pilot play that gets your ships out of range.
Yeah.
Of something like a ping Tarkintown.
Yep.
But so many times, even in the finals, I had people miss the fact that you swing and heal.
Yeah.
Which is surprisingly really relevant. Like, yes, you have neat synergy with like Paige if it comes up.
Yeah.
I think in the whole day that came up maybe once.
Yeah.
But there's other neat things too. Like, for example, you can play Red Squadron X-Wing, put 2 damage on it, draw a card, and then heal it. So you're not losing out on anything. If you're getting into space battles with people, you basically are never running out of steam. Like, your units aren't getting damaged.
Yep.
So the final thing as well is against those Tarkintown decks, if you just keep Trace up, it's really, really difficult for them to actually stick damage on your units. Like, they have to burn Tarkintown early.
Yep.
Otherwise, you just go swing, heal. And many people miss it.
Yeah.
So, Trace may look like this random filler uncommon, but whenever I drew her, I was super thrilled.
So I'm going to ask you some of the questions that eluded me. Why? Covert strength, I definitely understand that. That's a heal, and also, it's in essence, it's a mini hotshot blaster. Makes so much sense. Legal authority, I assume that's to capture something that's on the ground that's healing too much.
So stuff that's healing too much is pretty annoying. Like
Yeah.
one of the only difficult things I have with like the Yoda matchup
Yeah.
is if they go turn one like Yaddle, turn two Owen, Artie, or
Yeah.
turn two Yoda.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god.
You
Like,
want to deal with it.
Yeah, you can beat it. Like
Yeah.
I did outrace that twice.
Yeah.
Once in both
Yeah.
matches with
Yeah.
Yoda.
Yeah.
But it's a lot, and sometimes like the legal authority is also there. Sometimes people play a Space Sentinel, like they slam a Bright Hope or something, or a Concord Dawn.
Yeah.
And they're so easy. They're so easy to steal.
Yeah, makes sense. So you're clearing the way and also stopping restore units. Is the ATRT just there to help win racing?
Yes. So
Yep.
it's a big unit that's in the way, but also it can really stop force decks in their tracks. So you deploy it.
Yep.
Most force decks can't get through it on that turn.
Yeah.
Because say that, depending on what they deployed, like Yoda, for example, will have like a Yaddle and a Yoda. So on that turn, they're swinging for 4.
Yeah.
At best, they can bring it to 1 without any other assistance.
Yeah.
Right? Like, obviously, if they have like a takedown or something, yeah, they can kill it. But it really is a bit of a roadblock, right?
Yeah.
On top of that, if it survives, you can just put Wedge on it.
Yeah, that was what I was...
Pilot it.
That's also what I was thinking as well. Wedge, and also you got Poe Dameron here as well, so...
Yeah. There's a lot of options that just make it really, really effective. So in the same way as well,
yeah.
Just like I talked about on turn 1, where sometimes you're playing a 0-cost pilot to bring something out of range.
Yeah.
You can do the same thing with the ATRT. You slam it, then they get 1 action.
Yeah.
And then you can just slam like a Neon Nun or Trace on it, and all of a sudden now it's trading with most units. Like 3-5 is a bit awkward. It doesn't kill a lot of the 2-4s and everything.
Yeah.
But the moment you're, say, a 4-7, well, now you kill everything, right? Everything that swings into you.
Now, other big question, out of aspect Han Solo, is that a meme?
So look, it was a little bit of fun. I like playing some cheeky cards.
Yeah.
But to be honest, it was in there for quite a few reasons. It is out of aspect, but Wedge makes him cheap anyway.
Yeah.
So
yep.
He's basically like a hot shot.
Yep.
Right? So he costs 3, he goes on something, and you attack with it immediately. I am playing 3 Millennium Falcon, like the neutral, just the heroic one.
Yep.
So on that, he is actually a surprise strike because the Falcon is +3 rather than +2.
Makes sense, yeah.
And also, on that Falcon, sometimes you do get the shoot first style attack where you need to play it, swing into something, and kill it without taking damage.
100%.
So, yeah, it came up. Like, I played him maybe 2 or 3 times throughout the day, and he was always decent. I think I'm toying around with other builds at the moment that don't play him and play like a 3rd Fleet Lieutenant instead, because they serve a fairly similar purpose.
Yeah.
But sometimes I actually intentionally don't want units on the ground because I don't want to set something up for like an ECL Poe. That was actually something I did a funny play in the final. It's not a funny play, but it's just an interesting one. So there was a turn where I had a damaged Terror.
Yeah.
And I just ran my damaged Terror into one of his units. Like, I could have hit his base and raced him, but I just ran into something on the ground. And the reason I did it was, again, just to prevent like an ambush Wrecker or an ambush Poe, because I just needed my ground clear. So that's another interesting thing to take note of with the deck generally is sometimes one of the biggest strengths of the deck is you literally just don't play on the ground at all. So no ambush Vader, no ambush, Poe, so on and so forth.
Makes sense. Now, let's skip to the sideboard. Confiscate, a lot of pilot, leader hate, makes a lot of sense.
Confiscate's actually, funnily enough, it's mainly in there post-sideboard against, like, villainous green stuff. So blue-green villainy will run things like Traitorous or Entrenched, which can really, really mess with the deck.
Yep.
I had a funny thing where I was playing against a friend who, again, plays, like, blue villainy, and I had the ultimate setup you really want against blue villainy is a Millennium Falcon with Chewie and with Wedge on it, because it's immune to everything, right? You can't No Glory it, you can't Rivals Fall it, you can't Power it, everything. So I did all that. I had the perfect setup. I thought I was good. And then he slammed it Entrenched on it. And I
Yeah.
just sat there and I was like, okay, well, that's kind of annoying. So confiscate's in there for like traitorous and entrenched mainly, but you can bring it in against other pilots or anything like that, like Vader, for example.
Yeah. Mate, covering the wing is just so underplayed. So much. It's so good.
Yeah, good card. It was in the main deck for a while. I ended up, I cut it from the main deck for salvage, where I'm mainly playing salvage just as force throw bait.
Yep.
The funniest thing is that every single time I had salvage in hand against one of the force throw players, they force through themselves. And so I was just like, come on, it's in there for this specific thing. But and anytime I didn't have salvage in hand, by the way, they forced through me. So it's like they knew. That was originally what the salvage slot was. It was covering the wing, but I moved it to sideboard. It's in the absolute worst case, it is a 2-drop. It's the worst 2-drop you can play, but it's better than no 2-drop.
Mate, you got a shield too, though. So.
Yeah, exactly.
So, legal authority makes sense. Landing shuttle and timely reinforcements. Please explain.
Landing shuttle is for longer, more drawn out games. So against like Iden Blue, Iden Green, for example.
Yeah.
Where you just need to keep producing threats.
Yeah.
So it's a ship that draws a card if it dies. That's pretty much it. So it's like Red Squadron X-Wing number 4/5, basically.
Makes sense. And timely reinforcements, once again, the U-Wing reinforcement type.
The longer games where you just kind of go, right, well, I've got them low, but they're at the point now where they're able to, like, 1-for-1 me. They've got the board under control. So what if I just make 4 X-Wings?
Yeah.
That's what it was there for.
Mate, that all makes so much sense. I think let's leave the rest for actually running through the actual deck. So.
Sure. So the games that we the games.
Yeah. So let's. I sent you a video. So thank you for sharing us your awesome Mimi Wedge photo. So before we go any further, why Wedge? Is it a favorite character, or you just see the potential?
So there's a few things. One, whenever a new set comes out, I try and play a leader from the new set if possible.
Yeah.
So I did it in like every set so far. That's pretty much been my thing. So obviously set 1, well, I had no choice.
Yeah.
Set 2, I mostly settled on playing Bosk.
Yep.
Set 3, I played Flip Palpatine.
Yep.
And then set 4, I did Asajj. So set 5, when it came out, I was actually mostly keen on Kylo because I really like Kylo as a character.
Yeah.
And hence I played him for a while, but I didn't want to play something meta. And I was also kind of keen on Ava Chris.
Yep.
But I actually, to be honest, part of the problem was, number 1, it's still a force throw deck.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to just force throw people.
Yeah.
And number 2, I actually just had 0 Yoda legendaries.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to have to go scrounge for them.
Yeah.
And so I played around with other things. So the reason for Wedge specifically was he plays around with the piloting mechanism, which I find really fun.
Yeah.
Number 2, you get to play a rebel theme, which is kind of cool. But number 3, and on a more kind of competitive note, is he actually has a few things going for him. Number 1, you have a pseudo stall in his action. So even if you don't have any pilots in hand, you can just use his ability, play nothing, and kind of pseudo stall, which is sometimes very useful.
Yeah.
On top of that, unlike, for example, Poe and Luke, who are the other common kind of heroic pilot leaders.
Yeah.
You can actually get ships out of range. Right?
Yeah.
So Poe and Luke can't do that early in the game. If you were playing, say, Luke Datavault, your ships are all really susceptible to ping Tarkintown. And same with Poe. It's really easy for your ships to just get taken out. So Wedge is the only one that can play Security Vault comfortably while still getting access to all the good green stuff. But on top of that, you have more outs than just security complex to keep your ships alive, because you're basically ramping, right?
Makes sense.
Yeah. So because the game is so fast and there's so much action on the early turns, I think the ramp, like the one extra resource you're getting on the first 2 turns, is actually really critical.
That makes sense. So Kenny, it's we're gonna get to the fun part. Before running into this interview, I thought we'll take your deck for a test drive, so I actually know a little bit about it before asking the champion about it. Being a bit sly and getting a bit of a coaching session from the champion himself on how these things work, and you can tell me all the horrible missteps and everything I did. So we actually got. I was on Petronarchy. I'm just on speed 2 now. I've pressed play. So if you want to follow me along, we got 3 games. We got really lucky. I actually got quite some meta decks. So you can see me here just scrolling through. I literally did not look too much into it. I was just playing games. Hold on. I seem to have overskipped. Yep. There we go. Just turning the music off. So
all good. No, Boba DV. I will say that Boba DV, I think sometimes can be a little bit of a rough matchup.
Yeah.
They just because they slam a massive space unit with Boba, which can sometimes take over the late game if you haven't killed them. So just going to look at the hand again. I'm just on 59. Okay. So your opening hand's pretty decent here. The one awkward thing is that you don't have 2/2 drops to go with Page, if that makes sense. So, like, your opening hand, you can kind of do Alliance X-Wing with a shield.
Yeah.
But then next turn, you can't, at the moment, you can't do Page and another ship.
Yeah.
So, I think, it's a keepable hand, definitely. It's not a mulligan.
Yeah.
But it's not like an ideal hand. I feel like here, you're probably, turn 1, you're opening Alliance X-Wing, potentially with a shield, maybe not, because it's not as important in this matchup to shield straight up.
Yep.
Especially because you're not slamming, you don't have like a Chewie or something in hand that you're going to slam on turn 2 that you want to make sure your turn 1 ship sticks. Like, if it dies, it's not the end of the world. So, I think you probably resource Bright Hope and then R2 here, is my thought.
I'm just gonna catch you because I think it went really, really fast. So I'm at 250. Yeah. I'm at 259.
I'm actually I'm at 120.
So I'm gonna go back a bit because I'm gonna go to so when we do it this way, we'll pause a little bit when the starting hand happens, so you can give us that sort of rundown. And then you're gonna see. So you're recommending me do. Yep. It was actually really cool for the video because I did absolutely everything you told me not to do. So let's so
okay. I'll go through it again.
Let's play. No, you already gave us a bit, so we're still rolling. So I'll press play from 120, and you can watch the gameplay and me doing everything you told me not to do. So so I kept R2 and I shoot.
Look, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
But here, the problem is R2 doesn't get you out of range of things like open fire, right?
But the thought process for me was R2 was just going to eat some indirect damage. That was the thought process. But
yeah, you could do that, and so.
Here was the classic mistake. I wanted to read that card, and then I resourced it, and I couldn't be stuffed undoing it.
You resourced it. Okay.
The other guy.
It was Trace.
Yes.
Ironically, Trace would have been so perfect for you there.
I would have thought so.
Yeah, because Trace is like the perfect thing. You wedge Trace onto the Lion's X-Wing. It becomes a 3/5.
Yeah.
So it's out of range of all of the stuff. Like, you do get a nice bit of value here with the X-Wing.
Yeah.
Right, because it's going to swing in. It's going to get at least 2 swings.
Well, the good thing about this is you'll actually see the page power. You know, the Vietnamese grunt. You know.
That's right. The Vietnamese representation.
But the silliness of me is, don't. Not ideally putting a shield onto a unit that damages itself.
Not super great, but you did pick up a wing leader here, which actually makes the Page Alliance wing line kind of nice.
Yep.
Because you're huge, right? And now he can't. If he deploys any ship, I mean, you can swing your Alliance X-Wing into it.
Yeah.
Which potentially, because it's only a TIE bomber, it's not actually the end of the world.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's not really big enough to threaten you that much. Although it is open fired now, so he can. What is it? He can kill.
Yeah.
But you will potentially get to swing for 9, which is nice.
I did. Yeah, I claimed to make sure I could swing for 9.
Yeah, you can clock in for 9. Then he'll deploy Boba onto TIE Bomber and kill you, probably.
Yep.
No, he didn't. Okay, so he's going to, Ruthless Raider or something.
Can't remember.
Yeah. Okay. I was going to say that, like, you're looking okay as far as pushed damage goes. You can probably do something this turn. Like, you can either blue leader and ambush HK, because that's not bad.
That's exactly what I did, yep.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
or,
Ruthless
like,
Raider.
Potentially here as well, what you could do is you can swing with wing leader first.
Yep.
Just to get, like, because you're pressuring and getting near lethal, right?
Yep.
You're not that concerned
about
controlling.
Him doing...
Yeah, you're not concerned about controlling, right? So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
The good thing here is he can't really, like, he can't kill your board, basically. So, like, you're still going to have blue leader.
Yeah.
Did you deploy it as unit? Yeah, good. So that's a thing that I think most people don't do. They think Wedge always has to go on as pilot.
Yeah.
But there, you actually want to split your health pool.
Well, you probably just a bit behind me. He just OB'd me to believe me.
Yeah, he OB'd, which is unfortunately exactly lethal and everything.
Yeah.
So
but I think I almost had him. Almost.
Yeah. It's looking not great here because he's going to swing for 8 on the next action.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's no way you can do it with Chewie on that swing. Oh, actually there is. If you top deck the Fleet Lieutenant, you could have won.
Oh, wow. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, because I think there's actually quite a lot of nuances I'm really enjoying. So, do you want to meet me at 0.8 minute mark?
Exactly 8 minutes?
Yeah. And let's go at, 8 minutes and 1 second. Let's go at normal speed for the next 2 games.
Sure.
And then, because there's quite a lot of nuances you mentioned there. So I'm playing right now. So.
Okay, cool. All right. So what are you at now?
I am at 8:12.
8:12. Okay, I'll just jump ahead a little bit.
Yep, perfect.
Cool. Yeah. So opening hand against Cad Bane here.
So I'm going to pause.
Yeah.
Talk to us about keep and not keep.
Yeah. So this is a pretty easy one. So to be honest, you can sometimes keep hands that don't have a ship on turn 1.
Yeah.
That's one of the good things about the pilots is like Hera, Age, and Luke are all decent turn 1 plays, even if you don't have a ship.
Yep.
Right? Hera is the best out of the 3 by far because she's 2/3 restore 1 on ground, which is still okay.
Yep.
And also she survives all of the trades with like all the force nonsense, right?
Yep.
So, like all of the 2/4s can't kill Hera, whereas they can swing into Luke Page. But sometimes in some matchups when I didn't have a ship on turn 1, you can just put a ground unit down and shield them, right? Because you'll get a little bit of pressure from that ground unit. But that being said, I wouldn't generally keep a hand that didn't have a space unit, especially this because it's just full of pilots and no ships.
I'm going to reveal it. I think I did the right thing. Hold on. Yes! Did I mulligan? I mulliganed, yes. So
The thing is, you don't even have any good lined up plays. This hand, this is the perfect hand. Like, this is a good example of why this is good.
Right, what did I...
Pause it.
Yep.
I'm going to pause at 8:37.
Yep.
So...
I resourced something already. I can't remember what I resourced.
So you've got... Okay. So I rolled back to 8:31.
Yep.
So this is a really good mulligan hand. It's actually kind of the perfect anti-Cad hand. Like, it couldn't be better.
Yep.
You've got two restored arcs. So if he's playing like the new Cad version, which is like much more kind of aggro-y,
yep.
then
the weenie Cad.
Restored.
Yeah, the weenie Cad.
You got restored to keep yourself alive, right? Yeah, the weenie one, weenie Cad.
Yeah.
So you got lots of restore to keep yourself alive. On top of that, you got Trace, which is the perfect way to get your ship out of range on turn 1. Plus, Trace is incredible against Cad because you're just going to heal all the pings that he does.
Yep.
Right? So I think in this opening hand, you probably like Chewie's decent, but he doesn't fit your curve super well at the moment.
No.
Like, and it's not as essential against like yellow, red, like he can be playing Waylay and Waylay you. But it's more, to be honest, Chewie's not in there for Waylay. He's in there for blue, right?
Yep.
So I think that your resourcing this game it's Chewie, and then I'd toss up between doing a restored arc and a fleet lieutenant. Like, I think it's probably the fleet lieutenant. So Chewie fleet lieutenant goes down. I'd keep 2 restored arcs, Trace and Red Squadron. The only awkward thing about Red Squadron into the Tarkintown is that if he hasn't spent it early and you Red Squadron slam it, and he has 1 action window where he can Tarkintown it. So
Mm.
you can't. Does that make sense?
Mate, it makes absolutely sense, but I just did none of everything you said.
well, let's see what you did. I'm playing from 8:31.
So, yep.
Okay, yeah. Trace went down.
Mine's a little bit behind, but 8:31. Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
In my memory serves, it was I did the pass game, and it was a lot of pass games.
Yeah. So pass. I think because you resource trace.
Yeah.
It's a little bit awkward, right?
Yeah.
You kind of have to pass turn one because otherwise you're going to be in this weird state where you go.
Yeah.
Restored arc.
Yeah.
Then he plays something and pings it. Then you have to security complex it.
Yeah.
Then if he claims, he just goes play something, ping.
Yeah.
And then you got to slam Chewbacca just to survive. It's not ideal.
Yeah. So I think I just did a pass game here, and I was like, I'm not gonna play into you. Screw it.
Yeah. Did you win the role?
I did. I gave him the initiative. I think I gave him the initiative.
Yeah. Okay. So he passed action one. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know why I kept the RT, but I did. So just so you know, I seem to doing everything you tell me not to do.
Legitimately, like I mean this with love. I was like, this couldn't be going worse. I was just like, I'm like, okay, you just keep the red squadron, so you draw a card, or you have a 3/4 space. That's nice.
Yeah.
But like at the moment, you're basically with Wedge. You have not used him twice in the first 2 turns.
No.
So you're basically down 2 resources. You don't have a threat on board. He had Mark Clunky, so potentially he could have still removed the trace arc. But all you've done so far is you didn't spend 2 resources on turn 1.
Yeah.
You spent only 2 of your 3 resources on turn 2.
Yeah.
And you didn't use Wedge twice. So, like...
Why am I playing this deck? This is ridiculous.
And so, am I right? So did you just both pass on turn 3? What is going on?
I think I was like, I'm just gonna go super wide.
Yeah, well, what I would have done there. So if you're in a situation where you want to do something like Tarkintown, etc.
Yeah.
That turn, you could have, if you wanted to, played Poe.
Yeah.
And then either just let him be split.
Yeah.
You have like 3/3 on ground and then 2/2 in space.
Yeah.
Because that way you've got an easy pilot next turn for Wedge. If you play something to ping, you can just put the 1 damage on Poe.
Yeah.
Or if you really wanted to, you can just play Poe and put him into space because that's enough. It's a 4/5 unit. It's enough to survive ping Tarkintown. And if he has like something else to do damage, it's kind of not the end of the world.
Yeah.
The problem is like your Cad is pretty impossible for you to remove, right? Like once he hits the board, you are on a clock, and he is much more annoying, right?
Yeah, 100%. So, I think what I did here is I think this is when I started figuring out Wedge actually had an ability, so I started using it. If you could see, I started reading it.
Yeah. Wedge's ability pretty crucial to the deck.
I was like, I can play this for cheaper. Yes.
Yeah. So that's another thing with Red Leader as well. Like using Wedge early, like on the early turns, sets up like really powerful Red Leader plays.
Yeah.
I think every game where I went turn 1 ship, turn 1 pilot, and then I went turn 2 Red Leader, I won that game, basically. So it just is so much of a blowout.
So I'm reading the cards now, as you can see. I was reading a lot.
I did notice Red Leader literally popped up on the screen.
And I was like, I think Wedge allows me to deploy this. I was like, I'm going to go wide. So, and I was like, he Tarkintown me, and I was like, I'm going to shield him.
No, it's good. It's good. So you did the right thing there. Yeah. Two games out of 2. The best play I've seen. The best play I've seen you do is deploy Wedge on the ground.
Just so you know, I don't think I ever piloted him the whole night. I'm just like, he's a 3/6 body on 5. I was like, 6 pretty hard to deal with, you know. So
yeah, because it does depend on your draw. Like sometimes you absolutely pilot him,
100%.
Right? Especially if you've got like Falcon Chewie, and it's insane, right?
Yep, Super Falcon. Yeah.
Especially in games 2 and game 3.
Yeah.
I really rarely pilot him because I'm just so nervous about confiscate and disabling Fang.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't want your leader to just get randomly deleted.
100%.
So deploying him on ground is good. It splits up your threat pool, which is nice. Sometimes you just wing leader, Wedge. And
this is when I was like, Nian Nub, I was like, you're crazy not playing 3 Nian Nubs. I was like, it just made him a 6/6. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's really good. But again, it's just the uniqueness.
Fair
He
enough.
is extremely good.
Yeah.
Especially because he usually costs 0, right?
Yeah, for sure, man.
Somehow, in this pass game, I don't know how this has happened.
Yeah.
But it's actually looking okay for you.
I know, it's crazy.
Like, yeah, it's really weird. So I feel like, I mean, he's just deployed Cad on my screen.
I thought he was going to relentless pursuit me or something. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So you gotta go in sideways and swing for 6. You could try and get greedy here and do things like wing leader, etc. But there's no point.
No, I read. I think I was reading. I was like, oh yeah, Wedge is a rebel. Yes. So.
Yeah, he is a rebel. Who would have thought? So yeah. Wing leadering Wedge here is super strong because it basically forces Cad to swing into him.
Pretty much. I was trying to get him out of Cad range. So.
Yeah. Because he's basically setting up. That's exactly it. He's basically setting up to kill him with Cad, right?
100%.
But you just wing leader.
Exactly.
And then that's now 2 Cad swings he has to dedicate to it.
Yeah.
Which means he's also now trading Cad into Wedge, right? So super, super good.
You know, after playing this and listening to you talk about it, this feels a bit like Spark of Rebellion Boba, where you sort of do things for, you know, you get one resource back and do some stuff. It feels a little bit like that. Obviously not the same power level.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean. It's a similar thing where you're just like, it's a similar thing where you flip on 5.
Yeah.
And you're trying to get a lot of value on those early turns, right? Where you're basically saving a resource.
Yeah.
There is, like, old Boba is different in that he gives you rebate, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of need to kill something to get the rebate,
Yeah.
that's kind of problem number 1.
Yeah.
Not that, to be clear, old Boba was absolutely stupid broken. I'm not saying that he was bad.
100%.
Yeah, this game somehow, just despite the early start, this game is looking really good.
Watch what he does next. It's crazy. So.
Cad,
yeah.
So he plays Cad, undoes it.
Yeah.
So Cad here is like a triple capture, right? But I think the problem here is if he goes Cad triple capture, you actually just win the game.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm glad you see the line. I'm glad you see the line. It's actually crazy how you saw the line so fast, but I actually took quite a bit of time to do the maths.
Yeah. I'm just used to it, right?
Yeah. Can tell you.
That's why he just keeps panicking, right?
He keeps undoing it.
Oh, maybe he's just misordering it.
Correct. I'm okay with people undoing and stuff. It's fine.
Yeah. I have no problem with it whatsoever. So I actually think he ordered that badly.
Did you? Yep.
Yeah. He 100% shouldn't have done it that way because now he can't capture 3 units. Right?
Correct.
Yeah. So now all you need to do is slam Chewie onto Phoenix, and then it's GG because he can't answer them.
That's all she wrote, pretty much.
Yeah. Chewie goes on Phoenix Squadron. Yeah. You do 6. He can't answer it in one action. Yeah. And then Wedge does 5, and it's over.
After playing this game, and I was like, that's why you got 3 copies of Chewie.
Yeah, Chewie, good card. +3 +3 is good numbers.
Yeah, who would have thought?
Yeah. I've toyed around with playing Iden in sideboard as well.
Yeah.
For the matches, like 4 red-green matches, where Chewie is just +3/+3.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that the discount with Chewie is not usually actually that good. He still takes up most of your turn, right?
Oh, correct. Like,
yeah, going from 3 to 2 is not as big a difference as going from like 2 to 1, or the biggest difference obviously is 1 to 0, right? Especially because your opponent can't really play around it.
Yeah.
They just have no idea. But Chewie still taking up your whole turn is pretty annoying, so the discount doesn't do anything. So in those matches, it's like, well, why not play Iden, who does take up your whole turn from 4, but it's +3/+3 and a shield, so now you're surviving like an overwhelming barrage, like you just can't get hit. You can't get hit by craving power. It's only like a one of or a 2 of, just to replace like 1 or 2 copies of Chewie, basically.
So here,
she's slightly better than Chewie in those matchups.
So here we ran into your favorite Kylo 5.
Yeah, my boy. Kylo.
So let's just pause
Kylo
here.
Tarkintown, right?
So
Yeah, yep.
I'm at
So
8:03. I've got the mulligan hand. Do I mulligan?
You got 1803, you said?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, 1803. Yeah, it's a mulligan. So it is a mulligan hand.
Yeah. Let's see if I did it.
Yeah, the main awkward thing here. You can actually not mulligan this, and it might be okay because what you can do, is you can play Page Tico turn 1.
Oh yeah.
And then you did mulligan, but just to talk about the opening hand for a second.
So I'm going back to 8:03. Yep, I paused it there. Yep.
Yeah. So 1803.
Yep.
So it's not an excellent hand, but there is potential with it, right? So the main thing here is you're really worried about Migs. Migs is super annoying. If he has Migs, you're just in for a rough time. But that is why the security complex is kind of useful. Yeah.
Yep.
So there's a few things that you can do in this situation, depending on who has initiative. So one thing you can do is, if you're really worried about Migs, this is especially the case if you have like a 2-3 and you're kind of annoyed about Migs and you're trying to see if he's going to slam him or something, is you can actually just use Wedge's ability to soft pass first.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's interesting.
So you just use Wedge pass and see what he does, because then he's going to do one of two things. He's either going to use Kylo to just discard draw, in which case you're at least clear for turn 1. Yeah?
Yeah.
Like, Migs won't get the discard turn 1. So then you can play Page, no problem. Yeah? The other thing you can do is you can play Page straight out, and then if he plays Migs, you just shield Page, and if he goes discard draw, then you just claim, and Page can swing into Migs. So that's why this first hand might actually be decent.
Yeah.
The other thing is, let's say there's the situation where he doesn't do Migs, right? Let's say he's drawn, Witches of the Mist / Force Throw or something, yeah?
Yep.
Which is pretty possible, or like Karis or something, right? Anything else. You still go Page on the ground turn 1, and then on turn 2, you can just go Red Leader. Because you have a pilot, right?
Oh, yeah. Pilots on the ground as well. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, they count. So you can go Red Leader, then you can also use Wedge to slam Trace on Red Leader.
Yeah.
So then now you've got a 4/6 and a 2/2 in space, as well as Page on the ground, right?
Yep.
And then you've got another target for a pilot on the following turn, and so on and so forth.
You're gonna be so proud of your coachee. I did absolutely nothing you said, just so you know.
That's okay. So we look at your mulligan hand, and your mulligan hand honestly is so I'm on 18-14 now, yeah?
18, I'm catching up.
Yeah, all good.
18, 12, 18, 13, 18, 14. All right, go. I'm going to pause here.
Yeah.
I'm at 18, 16. So I've got this hand. We'll just continue to play and talk through it. So
yeah, all good. Okay, so your mulligan hand is pretty trash.
It's disgusting. I was like, I lost this one, I think.
Yeah, you have no 2-drop unit. But I think your line of play here, to be honest, is probably like, I would have put one Chewie down, and that opening hand looks okay. Like from what you had.
So I didn't know about the Wedge thing, so I think I just did a hard pass.
Yeah. You can soft pass, right?
Yeah.
But it's a thing a lot of people don't know about, right? Is that you can
for sure
fail to play.
It's like the old Boscombe Shadows, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You just do nothing.
So I saw that he already discarded something, so he can't Migs me anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think, to be honest, you could probably just play R2 down, even if he Migs R2s and like Tarkintowns it. It's like probably the least offensive thing of all time.
Yeah, I was drawing Garb. I got Falcon. So
yeah, you got Falcon and you've got Trace. The good thing about R2 here is R2 eats a power.
Yeah.
Which is really important. So you can actually slam Falcon here with impunity, and there's nothing he can kill it with on the spot.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He can still kind of clear it this turn. He can swing Migs into R2. Oh, well, he kind of can't. So
I think I was reading. I think I was reading Trace and then like regretting not playing her for the previous 2 games at this point.
Yeah.
So
I think passing might be your favorite action.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would have. I think the line of play there was probably to just play Falcon straight up.
Yeah.
Because he can't power up the dark side. You're not concerned.
Yeah.
And then that way, if he does something else, like where he starts to gently damage Falcon or whatever,
yeah.
I mean, you just security complex it here, which stops the Tarkintown, which is nice. Then he probably claims.
I think I can play Trace here. That's what I did. Yeah.
Yeah. You can play Trace, which is a huge thing.
Mm.
Because its Falcon becomes 5/6, and then the next time it swings, it's going to heal itself to full, which is really nice. And then you can also slam Chewie on it. So you're actually in an okay spot with Falcon because he can't do much to deal with it. The only problem here with this current hand is that that's basically all you can do this. That's what I was talking about with Chewie taking up the whole turn, right?
Yeah.
Is you can Chewie. It's probably your best play. He does 2 damage to Falcon to ping the shield. Yep, and then you just use Wedge to put You use Wedge to put Chewie on Falcon.
Nah.
Yeah, cool.
Of course I didn't.
It's cool. You just play Chewie full.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually fine. To be honest, pillage is no issue.
Yeah, I was actually wondering. I was like, I can't remember if it actually damages it. So.
Not again. It would, but he already did the discard.
That's right.
So, to be honest, that was actually pretty weak source of him. I would just claim here.
Yep.
Cool.
I did listen to you for once. I listened to you for once.
Don't swing with the R2.
I listened to you for once. Yep.
Oh, that's actually really nice. Bright Hope can pick up R2, so that's pretty cheeky.
That's what I wanted to do, but then he killed it for some reason. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think he started getting desperate.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a pretty tricky spot, to be honest. Like,
yeah.
I don't think he can actually answer. I don't think there's anything he can do about Trace Chewbacca. On the previous turn, he actually screwed up, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
the pillage.
Yeah, so I think he missed. But before the pillage, he should have used Tarkintown on Falcon.
Yeah, true.
Because then you swung with Trace, it healed it up, and then he couldn't Tarkintown. So his Tarkintown is just sitting there doing nothing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure game's over now. So the only way he can. You deploy it as he's on 19, right? I would go as a unit. Yeah, cool. Yep. Because the only out he really has here now is force throwing himself, discarding Anakin, and then doing 6. Power of the Dark Side does nothing. You just pick Chewie. You just pick Chewie. You just pick Chewie.
Oh, I was supposed to pick Chewie, was I?
yeah. Chewie doesn't die.
Like I said, I was going to get schooled in this. Absolute noob.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, so Chewie makes you immune to Power of the Dark Side. So it makes your whole board immune to it, right? Because they just play it and you just pick Chewie.
Yeah.
It's not like a lot of other games. You smash this one, as it turns out. So there you go. Look, maybe it's a bit of a testament to the deck being pretty good, right?
I think so. It was a 2-3 out into the meta decks, and let's just go back to your. I'm just going to bring your deck list up as we go through the discussions. Feedback for somebody that didn't even read the cards before he played it, and learning as I piloted it and doing all the mistakes. I was, like I mentioned before, it felt a bit cheaty with the resource cheating of deploying the cheap pilots. And the Wedge lane dodge felt really, really strong. And the tempo.
That was what caught most people off guard, I think, is just being so heavy space when everyone's playing these idiotic 2/4s on the ground.
Yeah.
And you're just like, okay, well, I'll just have massive units in space then.
Exactly, and it was once again the deck played really well. It always felt like I had lines, and having been an aggro player, it felt quite natural into it. Mate, really strong deck. Feedback from you, with the list now, what any changes, for people that are wanting to take up the Wedge mantle after you.
Yeah. I've got a few changes that I've implemented.
Yeah.
So I'm actually probably bringing the similar list to the Canberra PQ.
Yeah, nice.
So obviously, little
don't tell him.
Yeah. Just some examples of some things that I would consider.
Yeah.
I considered having an extra interaction slot. By an interaction slot, I mean the legal authority slot. So at the moment,
Yeah.
I've got one, right?
Yeah.
I've considered upping it to 2, just because I played a couple of games online where I ran into I ran into a few people playing like constructed lightsabers and Maul's lightsaber and such, which obviously it gets you out of legal authority range very quickly because they go very big.
Yep.
And because you're a low health base, sometimes they actually can just outrace you and outspeed you, and there's not much you can do about it.
Yep.
So I think that changing legal authority to entrenched is really good, because
that's cool.
It's the opposite, right? People usually entrench space because they're not going there, right?
Yep.
And I'm just doing the opposite. I'm just entrenching ground.
Makes
but
sense.
It has other positive things too. You can entrench your ATRT.
Yeah.
Right, and then it's just a massive wall on the ground. It's just a generally useful card. So I think entrenched is generally better in that slot.
Yep.
Also because it's also cheap, right? Some people ask, like, why not play, say, Fell the Dragon or, Takedown or something else? It's because it's too slow. You're an aggro deck. You don't want to spend your whole third turn just playing a removal spell.
You got to understand, you got 4 sets of blue players that don't know the words aggro, right? So,
Yeah. I think that's the thing. They're just like, what is this blue deck that's not no takedown, no removal, right? So the entrenched is there just almost like as a stall. You don't actually need the unit dead. Obviously, it does mean that you can't really deploy Wedge on the ground, or he's just going to get murdered.
Yeah.
But it is still a very useful bit of interaction, basically.
Man, that is so good.
Other things I did. Yeah, so I think Sabine's masterpiece is a little bit too cute. I have a few too many purely heroic units, so sometimes it didn't do as much as I wanted.
Yep.
I've actually swapped it in my latest version for one Phantom 2, which is the grit ship. It's the 3/3. It's like the ghost ship, like the little.
Ship. Yeah. The Hantu blue ship. Yep.
The Hantu blue ship.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
It's a rebel. It has grit, which is sometimes nice against like indirect damage or pings or whatever, where you get 1 bonus damage before they Tarkintown you or whatever.
Makes sense.
Also turns Paige Tico into +2/+0 when she swings.
Oh wow!
Because you take a damage and then you grit, right? So that's a nice little synergy that you get as well.
Wow, that sounds scary.
It's nice. Other than that, things like moving Bright Hope to sideboard, I think space is pretty underrepresented generally.
Yeah.
So I don't think you really need a Space Sentinel in the main deck. Which, cutting those frees up room for other things as well. So there's a lot of slots and things that you can change. You can change the pilot makeup as well if you want. You can cut a Han and play a Poe if you want to. There's a lot of room for just experimentation and flexibility.
Mate, one day we might need to get your rogue masterclass on how to build a deck, because you obviously know how to build rogue decks and win with them. So congratulations. I'm glad to see that you demolished 2 Yoda Red players at this PQ. I hear there's a pretty strong Yoda Red player in the plains of Canberra and New South Wales. So
I do hear that. I hear that he won a PQ.
I heard he's won 2 PQs. So
those are 2 PQs. Wow.
Shout out to Scott, Inferno 5, absolute champion of a person. He's been there from the start. Huge community member, gives so much to everybody. Check him out. I think I've heard over 50 already, so that's going to be double the size of your current PQ that you're going to be venturing into Canberra. It's going to be a lot of fun, I reckon. So shout out to Crumbfish and Rob and the Onyx squad there, going hells and bounds to making a fun event. I assume you're doing the Sunday event as well?
I'm not actually, because I only have limited time. I only have limited time on my trip.
Fair enough.
While I'm in Sydney, so I wanted to go down just for the day, and also originally I was traveling down with some friends, and they were just going to do a day trip. That's changed. I'm actually, funnily enough, I lived in Canberra previously, and I'm moving back to Canberra next year. So I have a few friends who live in Canberra that I wanted to visit briefly while I was down there. So I just had to budget my time, basically.
Yep, makes sense. You got to plough the ground over there, make sure ready for you coming back from New Zealand into the land of Oz. So, mate, thank you so much for your time. I can already tell people are going to get so much value from the approach and, you know, the understanding and the way that you've been able to articulate it in terms of this amazing deck. Just on a finishing note, any particular shout outs, you know, for you? What's the LGS? Give us a shout out there. Anything? Yep.
Card Merchant Hamilton is the local that I go to. They've just moved to a new shop. They're always lovely to work with, and they give us the space to play Star Wars every week. And the local community there is lovely as well. So it makes it the best thing to do on Fridays.
And for somebody that's so experienced and experienced things at, you know, such a big OP level, how do you think macro level in terms of SWU, FFG, how do you think we're traveling at the moment, and how do you feel about the community as a whole?
I think community as a whole, I think, is going really well. Obviously, there was a few, like during season 1, there's a few outlier things, but there was nothing particularly crazy that ever happened, right? At least at major events, right? I do hope they take some of the feedback around the side event things at Galactics into account to make that better for next year, especially if I'm going. But look, I think on a macro level, there's a lot of things that are looking really good for SWU. I'm really hopeful that regions that are not Europe/America also get a little bit of love around some of the larger events. I think that, you know, being able to, even if it's just, I get confused. Is it the sectors that are the next one after PQ, or is it the regionals?
I'm the wrong person to ask that. I always get it wrong. So.
Yeah, so whatever is the one above PQ. So PQ and then the next one, which I think is actually sectors.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if Oceania/Asia got a sectors. I think it'd be Oceania. I don't think SWU has a huge presence in Asia.
Yeah.
Oceania getting a sectors would be really, I think, just a very, very positive thing for the community.
FFG, if you're listening, we're ready. We're ready.
Very ready. Very ready. I think that, like, one of the things, like, on an Australian level, is it's just not really feasible to go to sectors or regionals, right? Like, the moment you've won a PQ, you know, at that point, just fly to Worlds. You know? Like, that's kind of the two events on our calendar in that way, are PQs and Worlds. So having something in between, I think, would be really nice.
No, I think you've summarised it all. Can't appreciate your time well enough, brother, and can't wait one day to cross swords and sit at the tabletops, and, you know, hopefully I don't misplay as much as I do on Petronaki. So, thank you so much again.
All right, lovely. Thanks for having me.